Good afternoon, students. So far we have discussed about the different movements happen in our country. Now let us know about the few leaders who did their remarkable thing in their freedom movement. It is like a few members I have written on the board. Let us discuss who they are and what they have done. The first person we are going to discuss is about Bose and the INA. Bose here means who is called Bose? He is none other than Subhash Chandra Bose. What is the full form of INA? Indian National Army. So let us see. Who is Subhash Chandra Bose? He is a radical nationalist. Radicals and moderates we have learned now. So he belongs to the radical nationalism. Means they have some revolutionary ideas. They don't want it to go in a pleasing way, pleading. That means they don't want to beg. Okay, they wanted to get anything by doing that something, giving. It doesn't mean that we should harm them. They wanted to revolt. So that is non-violent, revolutionary method. That is radical nationalist. And he didn't share Gandhiji's ideas of ahimsa. That's what we discussed. He was not accepting that non-violence is going to give a good result. So he thought that there should be some aggressiveness to get anything done by the people. Everybody won't listen in a calm or in a pleasant way. So he was against to Gandhiji's idea. That means not to Gandhiji, his ideal of ahimsa. He likes Gandhiji, but his ideology he is not accepting. It's not the way to get the freedom, is that his opinion. In January 1941, he left to Calcutta. In order to do something to get freedom, in 1941, he left to Calcutta. How he left? He left to Calcutta and then from Calcutta to Singapore. And Singapore, from there, where did he reach? To Germany he went. And what did he do there? He has raised, what did he raise there? Azad Hind Fauj. Azad Hind Fauj, you know, Fauj means according to the police people. And that is called Azad Hind Fauj or INA. INA means Indian National Army. Now whatever we are having the Indian National Army to protect ourselves from other countries, it has been earlier established by Subhash Chandra Bose. And what is his intention? His intention is to get freedom to India by establishing a force. That means he wanted to train the people of India, form an army and revolt against it. For that purpose, it is not possible in the country. So he left it to Singapore through Germany and there he started it. And then what happened? In 1944, listen carefully here. In 1944, this INA was ready. He tried to invade India. That means from some other place, he wanted to attack the Britishers in India. And then like that he thought to get freedom for our country. He raised that Azad Hindu Fauj somewhere with some of the Indian supporters, and with the help of them he wanted to invade. Invade means to attack the Britishers and get independence for our country. So he tried to invade India through Impal and Kohima. These two are northeastern states. Okay, through that way he wanted to come and he wanted to fight. That means invade means attack the British army with the Indian army with some of the supports of the other country Indians, and he wanted to do something. But what happened? It has been failed. It didn't happen in a successful way. And then INA members were imprisoned and died. What is happening there? It was not known clearly to the Britishers at that time. They felt that these people are also some of the revolutionaries. Already many movements are going on, much protest is going on in the country. Like that, this Subhash Chandra Bose, who wanted to do something in a different way by having an army, Indian army, and invade India, he tried it. But it was not successful, and finally the people belonging to INA have been imprisoned and they were tried. They have been given punishment by the Britishers. This is about Subhash Chandra Bose, who is a radical nationalist. And the next person we are going to learn is Maulana Azad. And who is he? He was born in Makkah. And he was a scholar of Islam. Remember that in the fight of independence, we have got a great unity between Hindus and Muslims in the earlier days. Later, there have been some changes. So, coming to who is this Maulana Azad, he was born in Makkah, a scholar of Islam, and his notion of his ideology. What is his ideology? Wahid in Deen means what? Oneness. All are equal. We together will live in one place. That is his idea. Notion means idea, and he is an active participant. Though he is a Muslim, he is an active participant in freedom fight, and he opposed Muhammad Jinnah's idea of two nation idea. Two nation means already Muslim League, they have divided that non-Bengalis into both. They wanted separate provinces. They want a separate part in Bengal. Already we have learnt in the division of Bengal. But some of the Muslim leaders, they were against of the two nation idea, and he is also one of the person who didn't accept for the two nation idea, and he was opposed to Jinnah's idea. Then coming to the next person, we know very well whom we call Chakravarti Rajagopalachari, and he is also known as Rajaji. He was the one who did a lot of work for our Indian freedom in South India. See here, he is a veteran nationalist. He is a very well-known nationalist for all the people, and he is a good freedom fighter also. And what he did, he is the leader of Salt Satyagraha in South. I told you, no, from South India, he was the one who has taken the lead role in freedom movement. And he was a member of interim government in 1947. At that time, the tentative government which has been formed in 1946, just before the independence, he was one of the members. And you can easily observe the years so that you can have an idea what was their role in getting of independence to India. And India's first Indian Governor General. Who was the first Indian Governor General? That is Chakravarti Rajagopalachari, who is called as Rajaji. This is about a brief information regarding to him. The next one we all know very well about Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, and he is also called as Iron Man of India. You know very well, right now we have a unity of statue in Gujarat. He was the one who did a lot of work to unite all the provinces of our country after getting independence. Otherwise, right now we would have almost 28 countries instead of 28 states. He was the one who united all the people of India and considered them as a one nation with multilingual, multi-languages, multicultural. He had done a lot of hard work in uniting the people. So we call him as the Iron Man of India, and still right now we have got a statue which shows the Statue of Unity of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Who is he? He was born from which family? From an improvised peasant proprietors. He was of course a rich person. He doesn't belong to a low category. He belongs to a rich family in Nanded, Gujarat. He came from such a well-developed and economically very good family. And what is this? He is a foremost organizer of free movement from 1918. Almost he participated. Already we discussed about that. After Gandhiji came to our country, he met two people. One is Rajagopalachari and another one is Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel when he came to India. And from that time onwards, he has taken the lead of the movement from 1918. And he was the first president of Congress, the first president of Indian National Congress in 1931. So, this is the information about Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. And coming to the next person is Muhammad Ali Jinnah. He was the person who was the main reason for the partition of Pakistan. Whereas, some Muslim leaders were support and they wanted to be together as one nation. Muhammad Ali Jinnah, once upon a time he was a good that means a friend or whatever to Gandhiji. They together did very well. And they have signed on Lucknow Pact also. Already we have studied. What is the Lucknow Pact? Both the Hindus and Muslims, they wanted to be together and their only goal is to get independence for India. That was the Lucknow Pact which happened after the division of West Bengal. See who is he? He is an ambassador of Hindu-Muslim unity until 1920. Until 1920 he was a well-wisher of both Hindu and Muslim unity. Later he had totally changed his version and he supported only the Pakistan. That means he wanted the Muslims to be divided. The reasons behind why he decided like that, in the next topic we will learn it. And the main role in Lucknow Pact, just now I told you, at that time when they wanted to reunite Hindus and Muslims, they have signed one pact that is called Lucknow Pact, in which the common agenda of Hindus and Muslims is to get independence for the country, and organized a Muslim League after 1932. And after 1932 he became very active role in making Muslim League. Muslim League consists of whom? Already we discussed Nawabs, Muslim Nawabs were there, and as well as landlords. They together formed as a Muslim League, and he took that one as an initiativeness and he supported them. And he was a spokesperson on behalf of this Muslim League for the demand of Pakistan. Whereas Maulana Azad is against the partition of Pakistan, that means partition of India as another country, but he was the one who supported. And another person whom we are going to learn now is Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan. He is called as a Fonte Gandhi also. Why he is called as a Fonte Gandhi means, in the northwestern means right now which country we have in the northwestern side of our India? It is Pakistan. In that places he had led the Indian national movement very severely, equal to Gandhiji, in a non-violent method. So he is also called as Fonte Gandhi. And what did he find? He was the founder of Khudai Madras, that means according to the Pathans. In Muslims there will be different types of categories. He was the one who belongs to Pathans. He supported them. And he had led the movement in those areas very effectively, as how Gandhiji led in the interior India. So he was called as a Fonte Gandhi also. And he also opposed the partition of India. He too didn't support. He don't want this Muslims and Hindus to be divided. So like that he also fought for the unity of Hindus and Muslims and get the independence for our country. So these are the few people who played a key role in the national movement. Already in your textbook you have got the pictures of these leaders. Just go through when you come across these topics. Thank you.